Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to present my Airbnb data visualization project. In this project, I use Python for exploratory data analysis, Excel for some transformation, and Power BI with Power Query to build a dashboard. There is two interactive dashboard Airbnb listing from two amazing cities, Chicago and New Orleans. Airbnb is an online platform that connects people who want to rent out their home with those who are looking for accommodation. It's allow hosts to list their property like apartment, house or rent or room, and guests can book them for short or a long stay. Now, starting with data visualization part, that is done in Python using Google Colab. I import the two data set of New Orleans and Chicago. Second, I took the first record of data set list of Chicago and the list of New Orleans. Then I take the info of both the data set. Also taking the info of both the set, you can see we have few null column that is present in both the data set. Now we can see that the neighbor group as complete null. It does not have any value. Now I drop the two columns from both the data set. Here we can see that the data type column is not data type column here in the data set. We have to change from both the data set given. Also calculating the null value, host name having 13 null value. Next, from dataset Chicago, there is no null value. Now, taking going to the taking a price column, it also have a some amount of null value present, and we are going to fill this null value. Doing the same for ahead, we here I take the output of both the data set in Excel from and where I use the data set for visualization. Now open in Power BI Query Editor. The same number of columns in both the data set, that particularly data set depend that there was no column present in the property type. For that, I took source of the data set from website and I download one of the row file by using the Excel and using VLOOKUP function to take the value for property type into the original data set where I am going to use the dashboard. Since this particular column was not present in both the data set from the source, I use VLOOKUP function To do the same for this data set, as you can see here also, Chicago listing property type that I fetched from the row table. Uh, in my data set, the first row containing the column name, so I used the header while importing the data. Some of the column had the wrong data type, so I changed their data type to the correct data type. Now moving to the Chicago dashboard. Yeah. You can see in the model view, which is connected to the last review column of the both the data set. One on many relationship. Rest we have the measure table and top and selection selected. This is the Chicago dashboard. Here, I have taken the bar chart showing the most popular neighborhood in the Chicago based on the number of listing. For example, the area like Westtown near North Slide have the highest listing. Unique listing is of near North Slide is 217. Now moving to the next chart, that is donut chart, that show the percentage share of different property type such as entire home, entire apartment, private room, etc. We can see that the entire room and take the largest share. This is an average price by property type. This bar chart shows the average price of this property type. It helps to understand which property type are more expensive on average. Moving to the top 5 hosts by review, I have taken the line chart showing the top host based on the number of reviews they receive. This helps us identify which hosts are the most active or popular. Now moving to next chart, that is the map visualization shows the geographical location of Airbnb property across Chicago. Each dot represents a listing so we can easily identify where most property are. concerned. Now, price variation by review. Here I have taken the scatter plot showing how the price average varies with the count of review per month for each property type. It gives an idea of whether more expensive listing receive more as fewer review. Here I have also taken three KPIs card that 2.19 the unlicensed host person, and second one is total listing that is 1.83, and the third one is total location covered that is 58. I also use slicer. This allows user to interactively filter the data and explore the different time period or price category. Similarly, we can see visualization for the New Orleans city. The dashboard is also giving the same kind of structure. Here also I have taken the three KPIs that is unlicensed host that show the 15.10, and another one is total listing that is 2.04, and third one is location total that is 66. And I also use slicer, taken slicer that is based on the price range and the date from 1 January 2014, and one date is 31 December 2025, so that the user interactively filter the data and explore different time period or price category. You can see here how it is working. Now, this is a line, this show the line chart, the top host by review. We can see that the Sunder has the highest review of around 9.5K, which indicates strong guest engagement. Second one is room type. I have taken the donut chart to represent the share of listing by room type, like entire room, private room, shared room, etc. The chart clearly shows the entire room have the maximum share, followed by the private room. Moving to the next chart, that is bar chart. The bar chart display the most popular neighborhood by the average price. For example, the central business district and among the top neighborhood with the higher average price. Moving to the next bar chart that show the average price based on the property type. Such as entire home, lobby, apartment, or castle. It helps to identify which property type is more expensive. Here we can see that the castle is the highest average of price, that is 1461, and the least one is company, that is 164. Compare. Now moving to the next chart, that is scatter plot. This scatter plot chart shows the relationship between the average price and the review per month. It helps to understand whether property with more review tends to have higher or the lower price. Here we can see that the property type of black, the average of the price is 463 and the review per month is 4.25. Move. And the user can use the slicer to see the useful insight. We can see here the neighborhood period. Here the property type is private room in home and the average of latitude is 69.936 and average of longitude is minus 90.1. Thank you.